Columbia, and in accordance with DC Official Code Section 25764 of the Open Meetings Act, I am welcoming you to an emergency meeting of the Alcoholic Beverage Control Board. This meeting is being conducted pursuant to guidance made available by the District of Columbia's Office of Open Government regarding electronic meetings held by public bodies during the public health emergency. Pursuant to this guidance, notice of today's meeting was provided 48 hours in advance of the meeting on ABRA's website and on the district central meeting calendar. The notice included the time, date, agenda, and call-in or login information for public participation. This electronic meeting is being hosted by a WebEx account provided by the District of Columbia government. Please address any questions or complaints to the OOG at opengovoffice@dc.gov. My name is Donovan Anderson. I'm chairman of the board. I would like to introduce other members of the ABC board who are also participating electronically pursuant to Mayor's Order 2020-054. Please respond when I announce your name. Mr. James Short.
Mr. James Short, present.
Mr. Bobby Cato.
Bobby Cato, present.
Ms. Rafi Crockett.
Rafi Crockett, present.
Ms. Jenny Henson.
Jenny Hansen, present.
Mr. Edward Grandis.
Edward Grandis is present.
The board has 6 members in attendance for the conduct of business today, and that constitutes a quorum. We do not have a hearing calendar today, but we do have a licensing agenda, so I'll let me review the licensing agenda. The first matter on the licensing agenda is a review of an application for stipulated license with letter of ANC support for a new ABC license. This is for Hilton Washington, DC, Capitol Hill, license number 118043. I make a motion that we approve this request. Is there a second?
Edward
Mr. Short, I
second.
second.
Mr. Short and Mr. Grandis, I believe, second. The motion will now have a roll call vote on the motion. Mr. Short.
Mr. Short, I agree.
Mr. Cato.
Bobby Cato, I agree.
Ms. Crockett.
Rafi Crockett, I agree.
Ms. Henson.
Jenny Hansen, I agree.
Mr. Grandis.
Edward Grandis, I agree.
And Mr. Anderson, I agree. The matter passes 6-0. The next matter on our licensing agenda is a review application for stipulated license with letter of ANC support for a new ABC license. This is for Courtyard by Marriott DC US Capitol, license number 118033. I make a motion that we approve this request. Is there a second?
Ms. Crockett, seconds.
Ms. Crockett has seconded the motion. We'll now have a roll call vote on the motion that's been properly seconded by Ms. Crockett. Mr. Short.
Mr. Short, I agree.
Mr. Cato.
Bobby Cato, I agree.
Ms. Crockett.
Rafi Crockett, I agree.
Ms. Henson.
Jenny Hansen, I agree.
Mr. Grandis.
Edward Grandis, I agree.
And Mr. Anderson, I agree. The matter passed 6-0. The next matter on our licensing agenda is a review request to waive the requirement to present a new certificate of occupancy prior to board review for approval of a license transfer. This is for Crazy Aunt Helen's, license number 118297. I make a motion that we refer this matter back to licensing. Is there a second?
Mr. Short, I second.
Mr. Short has seconded the motion. We'll now have a roll call vote on the motion that's been properly seconded by Mr. Short. Mr. Short.
Mr. Short, I agree.
Mr. Cato.
Bobby Cato, I agree.
Ms. Crockett.
Rafi Crockett, I agree.
Ms. Henson.
Jenny Hansen, I agree.
Mr. Grandis.
Edward Grandis, I agree.
And Mr. Anderson, I agree. The matter passed 6-0. The next matter on our licensing agenda is a review request to update address of premises to 1333 New Hampshire Avenue Northwest based on the issued certificate of occupancy. The physical location of the building has not changed. This is for Swingers, license number 114545. I make a motion that we approve this request. Is there a second?
Ms. Crockett, seconds.
Ms. Crockett has seconded the motion. I'll now take a roll call vote on the motion that's been properly seconded by Ms. Crockett. Mr. Short.
Mr. Short, I agree.
Mr. Cato.
Bobby Cato, I agree.
Ms. Crockett.
Rafi Crockett, I agree.
Ms. Henson,
Jenny Hansen, I agree.
Mr. Grandis,
Edward Grandis, I agree.
and Mr. Anderson, I agree. The matter passes 6-0. The next matter on our lesson agenda is a review application to extend alcohol sales for an additional 30 days at the approved pop-up location located at 655 K Street Northwest. This is for Sol Mexican Grill, license number June-2-2021. I make a motion that we approve this request. Is there a second?
Edward Grandis, seconds.
Mr. Grandis has seconded the motion. We'll have a roll call vote on the motion. Mr. Short,
Mr. Short, I agree.
Mr. Cato,
Bobby agree.
Ms. Crockett,
Rafi Crockett, I agree.
Ms. Hanson,
Jenny Hansen, I agree.
Mr. Grandis,
Edward Grandis, I agree.
and Mr. Anderson, I agree. The matter passes 6-0. We now move to our docket. The following applications were submitted to the Alcohol Beverage Control Board for review. There are 8 agenda items on our docket. I will read the name of the applicants, what is being requested, and at the end of their list, I will make a motion that the board approve all the applications on our docket. So the first applications are applications from the Wine Bar, license number 60408. They are a wholesaler A. This is an upstream transfer application. The next request is for an establishment. Their business name is Canal Square Associates LP. The trade name is to be determined. The license number is 118463. They are a retailer C restaurant, and it's an involuntary transfer without sale application. The next request, a request made by Louis Africa, license number 114690. They are a retailer A liquor store. This is a trade name change application. The new name is La Liqueurs. The next request, a request made by the Oval Room, license number 21395. They are a retailer C restaurant. This is a trade name change application. The new name is La Bissette. The next request, a request made by Tiber Creek Wine Bar and Kitchen. Their license number is 105738. They are a retailer C Tavern. The trade name change application, and the new name is A Tabale. Itabale. I apologize for the spelling of the name, my pronunciation of the name. The next establishment is Ivy City Tavern, license number 093795. They're a retailer C Tavern, and this is for a game of skill endorsement application. The next request, a request made by Nick's Riverside Grill, license number 017308. They are a retailer C restaurant. This is for a game of skill endorsement application. And the last application is an application from Allure Lounge, license number 108303. They are retailer C Tavern, and this is for a game of skill endorsement application. I therefore make a motion that ABC Board grants all the requests by all the applicants on the docket for today. Is there a second?
Ms. Crockett seconds.
Ms. Crockett has seconded the motion. We now have a roll call vote on the motion that was properly second by Ms. Crockett. Mr. Short,
Mr. Short, I agree.
Mr. Cato,
Bobby Cato, I agree.
Ms. Crockett,
Rafi Crockett, I agree.
Ms. Hanson,
Jenny Hansen, I agree.
Mr. Grandis,
Edward Grandis, I agree.
and Mr. Anderson, I agree. The matter passed 6-0. We have now come to the end of our scheduled agenda for the day, and I will then make a motion. I'm going to officially close the meeting for the day unless there are any other questions or concerns by any board members. All right. All right. As chairperson of the Alcoholic Beverage Control Board for the District of Columbia, and in accordance with Title III, Chapter 405, Office of Open Government, I move that ABC Board hold a closed meeting on June 9th, 2021, for the purpose of discussing and hearing reports concerning ongoing or planned investigations of alleged criminal or civil misconduct or violations of law or regulations, and seeking legal advice from our legal counsel on the board's investigative agenda, legal agenda, and licensing agenda for June 9th, 2021, as published in the DC Registry on May 28th, 2021. Is there a second?
Mr. Short, I second.
Mr. Short has seconded the motion. We'll now have a roll call vote on the motion that's been properly seconded by Mr. Short. Mr. Short,
Mr. Short, I agree.
Mr. Cato,
Bobby Cato, I agree.
Ms. Crockett,
Rafi Crockett, I agree.
Ms. Henson,
Jenny Hansen, I agree.
Mr. Grandis,
Edward Grandis, I agree.
and Mr. Anderson. I agree. As it appears that the motion has passed 6-0, I hereby give notice that the ABC Board will hold this aforementioned closed meeting. Pursuant to the Open Meetings Act, notice will also be posted on the ABC Board Hearing Room Bulletin Board, placed on the electronic calendar in ABRA's website, and published in DC Register in as timely a manner as practical. We're now adjourned for the day. I want to thank the board and the public for their active participation in this public hearing today. I now direct the board to return to executive session for further actions. Have a great day, and thank you very much.